Join us as we compare two of the most popular beach destinations in the Panhandle of Florida, Camp Gulf at Miramar Beach and St. Andrews Campground in Panama City Beach. In this video, we'll dive into the pros and cons of each beach, highlighting the unique features that set them apart. From the soft white sand to the crystal clear waters, we'll give you an insider's look at what makes each beach special. If you're planning a trip to the Emerald Coast and can't decide between Camp Gulf and St. Andrews Campground, this video is for you. By the end of this video, you'll know which beach is right for your next vacation. Now, with that being said, let's get into today's episode and enjoy a day at the beach. Now, one thing I can say is St. Andrews is a beautiful state park. I have been riding around, I've been investigating the place, and let me tell you, it is absolutely gorgeous. One of the things about Camp Gulf that I don't like is how narrow the beach access is, because you have private beaches on the right and the left of it. Of course, Camp Gulf is private as well, but you only got maybe 500 feet, I think, of actual beach frontage, whereas as you can see in the background here, St. Andrews State Park, it's just enormous. Now, unlike Camp Gulf, St. Andrews, you will need to commute to the public beach, which is included with campground guests, without any additional cost. Now, even though you need to commute to the beach from the campground at St. Andrews, you'll have a naturally scenic drive, and who knows, you may spot a deer or two along the way. Yes, deer, my friends. This is where renting or bringing a golf cart would be best at St. Andrews. Now, Camp Gulf, you won't find it necessary for a golf cart, as the park is rather small and close to the beach. So we got our first day at the beach, first full day, and we've upgraded our golf cart to a big old 4x2. So note to self, so it's a 7-minute drive on the golf cart, which goes only 10 miles per hour from our site to here. So it's a 7-minute drive to the beach, which is, you know,
and we're on the jetty side.
We're on the jetty side, yeah. So we got this converts to a truck bed. So we loaded up all of our gear. Yeah, but we had to upgrade our golf cart because the other one, the lights didn't work. All right, let's get to the beach.
That's what way we'll go back. Can we come the long way?
I didn't scope it out very well. Yeah, we could have came out there. Let's walk. Well, we know now. We don't have to climb the mountain.
Okay.
I'm out of breath.
What's wrong, Jamie? What's wrong?
The water is ice cold. I don't know, but I grew up with a swimming pool, so I know what 72 and 74 degrees feels like. This ain't it. This has got to be like 68, 67 degrees. That's cold. It doesn't feel too bad once you get wet. I'd rather be August.
What you think, Jamie?
It's pretty neat. Yeah. Did you get the boat honking the horn?
Yeah, sure did.
All right, that's cool.
More people's gotten down here now since we got here this morning. We were down here, what, at 7:30 this morning? And we were basically the only ones down here but the surfers.
Yep. In comparison to Camp Gulf to San Andrews State Park, one thing is for sure is you have way more beach real estate. And I do like the beach here better. There's a whole lot more going on. I can watch ships, I can watch surfers, which is probably a rarity on the surfer thing because most of the time the water in Panama City Beach is kind of calm. But today it's been pretty rough. There was a hurricane out in the Gulf. They didn't come this way. They probably stirred up the water, and that's probably why the surfers are out and why the waves are so enormous. I'm really surprised it's not a double red flag, to be honest, but it isn't. Even if it was busy, I think this beach here still got better elbow room here for sure, even if it was the busiest time of year. And look, we got little boats floating in the background. And you're just like on a little peninsula right here. It's pretty neat. So you got water almost around you. You got water starts over here and goes all the way back here. So it's pretty cool.
Now, St. Andrews State Park is a public beach. So therefore, you're going to get just about anybody that pays $8 to come in to be here with you, which is fine. But Camp Gulf is a private beach. So all the people there are going to be other campers. Here, you're going to get everyone and anyone, right? So it's not an issue. I do like this beach better. I think that this beach gives you a little bit more, but it is public. But that's just one thing to note. Even though you have this large beach, you are sharing it with the common public, which is okay, right? So I'm not a problem. I don't have a problem with that, but some people might have a problem with that. So I thought it was just worth mentioning. So, and then the other thing you have here is the campsites can be close together depending on which ones you get. The campsite we have is very elbow roomish, so you're not right on top of anybody. Whereas at Camp Gulf, every site is going to be right on top of people. Now, the one benefit that Camp Gulf has over this place is you can camp directly on the sand without pets, of course. Whereas here, you are on the other side of the beach. It's about a 2-mile drive up here to the beach access. On the golf cart, it only took us 7 minutes to get here from our campsite. So it's not awful at all. And if you can also load your truck and drive your truck up here. Camp Gulf is a beautiful campground. This is a beautiful campground. Both have their positives, their negatives. But this one here, for $157 less per night, this one is getting first place with us because we're getting everything we want for $157 less a night. So if you are curious as to why Camp Gulf's waters appear to be more tropical looking, well, that's because the water was calm when we visited in August. Now, over at St. Andrews during November, which is still technically hurricane season, when we visited there was a hurricane out in the Gulf that was slowly dying out, but it was stirring up the water enough to create this surfer's paradise. But the effect of that is less tropical looking water. When we visited Camp Gulf in August, the crowds were a little larger, but not as large as, say, maybe June or July would have been. So it's really hard to compare the crowds from St. Andrews to Camp Gulf because of the time differences. But I think that even if it was in August, I believe St. Andrews would still give you more elbow room just from the sheer size of it. Camp Gulf, you cannot spread out. The beaches along the Florida's coast, or at least in this region, are private. So you are restricted to about 300 feet at Camp Gulf. Now I measured using Google Earth Pro and I got 311 feet of beach width that you can actually use. So this can create a little congestion, as you might imagine. Now the downfall to being spread out at St. Andrews is you will be doing a lot of walking. So you have to keep that in mind for those that have trouble walking long distances. The plus to Camp Gulf is you are right on the beach, so you don't have to do near the walking you do at St. Andrews. You will find plenty of fishing opportunities at St. Andrews from the pier to the jetties. Now the water depth at the jetties is recorded to be between 30 to 80 foot deep depending on the tide, so keep that in mind when walking around the jetties. You'll find warning signs, so as you're walking on the jetties, you're doing this at your own risk. Here's just a note, something to just know about. So when you're at the beach, and you have those flags up there. So we showed the red and the purple, right? So the red is your high hazard and your purple is your stinging marine life, right? The double red flag, that's what I want to talk about. So when there's a double red flag, because a lot of people don't know about this, when you have two red flags, one of the flags has a swimmer with a cross through it. Now that doesn't mean just for people that are going to be swimming in the water. Your feet can't touch the water. So if your feet are touching the water, you better believe if they see you, they will tell you to get out of the water. I think your second or third offense is a $500 fine, if I'm not mistaken. It's pretty steep. So because the reason of that is if you were to go out there and swim in a double red flag and you go and you get to the point where you're about to die, you're risking a lifesaver's life to go save you. So that's why the fines are so stiff, because they want to try to detour you as much as possible. So when there's a double red flag, that means you can't touch the water, so no feet touching it. And here at a state park, you better believe these park rangers would be on you like stink on poop. You would not be able to get away with it here because they will patrol. I don't know this for a fact, but I just know how the regular sheriffs are when you're in the regular part of Panama City. They are up and down the beach, and if they see somebody next to the water, they will stop and look, and if you are touching that water, they will light you up with their sirens. I've seen it happen. You seen it happen before, Tanya? You saw it happen at Destin, didn't you, one year when we were there? They were up and down the beach. We've done it here before too. Helicopter actually flew over here and hovered over, and on the loud horn told people to get out of the water. Water is closed. The surfers, they don't say nothing to them. They let them go, primarily because they're tethered to their surfboard, so they're tethered to a life preserver. And being a surfer, that is the inherent risk that you're taking. Man, there's one guy getting it real good out there. At St. Andrews Beach, you will find some rather scenic landscaping that you absolutely will not find at Camp Gulf. This man-made to semi-natural kiddie pool is great for small kids. However, this could change with the tide and the time of year. This again is something you will not find at Camp Gulf, or for that matter, you probably won't find this anywhere else but at St. Andrews. 2 episodes from now, which will be part 5, we will explore a little deeper into the beach at St. Andrews, showing some features that will make your beach experience here a little more special.
Okay, so we're being really quiet, but back over here, somebody has lost their cat here, and we put some food out to try to catch him, and he's over here now. I don't know if we can, though. The park ranger put a trap out with some food we give him to try to trap him, but I'm not sure what we're going to do once we catch him. We do have a pet carrier, so we'll probably put him in one of those.
I'm not sure how long he's been out. So it is very important to have a gate at your door so your fur babies will not get out of your camper. This gate has been good for us so far. You just have to unlatch it and it just swings open, and then you just close it behind you when you go out the door. And most of the time the cats has never been on the other side of the gate that we have known of, that we haven't had issues with them.
Yeah, they've never been over there.
So I think they have learned that this is a no zone area for them to go.
Yes, because when you open up this door, when you open up your main door, this gate just kind of keeps them from able to just bum rush you out, right?
Rush out,
yeah. Because if you just, not that ours would, because ours is not outdoor cats, but like this other people's cat, this probably could have helped prevent their cat from escaping.
Yeah. So it's very important to keep your fur babies safe.
Noise.
Our fur baby's trying to get in the cooler.
What in the world are you doing over here? We're trying to make a video. What are you doing? He's stuck. Look, he is stuck. He has got himself stuck in there. You little turd. This is our little turd. What do you want?
Coming up next time, we take an eerie hike around Gator Lake, which is located right on St. Andrews State Park property.
This is Gator Lake. Yeah, Tanya, we got to go back over here where Alligator Alley is. See, right here at the water's edge. And that kind of water that looks like that, probably a good chance.
Now, if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to check out our 2024 Camp Gulf Tour, as I mentioned in today's episode. The thumbnail is right above here. Thank you for watching. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of our new episodes. Now, safe travels. We'll see you on the next video.